Someone might ask the question, how can it be possible that the Queen of Heaven exercised faith, since she had clear visions of the divinity many times, and many more times was favored with abstract visions, which likewise make evident that which is perceived by the understanding, as was said above, Numbers 229 and 237, and will be said over and over again later on. On account of its uncertainty, the Apostle says that faith is the substance of the things that appear not, by which it meant that we have no other presence or evidence of the real existence of the things we hope for as the ultimate realization of our happiness than that which is obscurely and as in a mirror presented to us by faith. It is the force of this infused habit drawing us to believe what we do not see, and the infallible certitude of what is believed, which present those strong motives for prompting the will to strive after what it desires and hopes. According to this doctrine, it seems that if the Most Holy Virgin had ever enjoyed the vision and possession of God, for these two are one, she was deprived of the obscurity necessary for the existence of faith in the things which she had seen face to face, especially if her understanding retained the images of what she had seen in the intuitive or open vision of the divinity. But this experience was not only no hindrance to the faith of the Most Holy Mary, but augmented and raised it up to its highest excellence. For the Lord wished that his mother should be so wonderfully distinguished in this virtue of faith, and likewise in the virtue of hope, that she should surpass all that is given to ordinary wayfarers. He wished that her understanding, in order to befit her position as the mistress and artist of these great virtues, be embellished at one time by the most perfect acts of faith and hope, at another enraptured with the vision and the possession, even if only temporary, of the very end and object of faith and hope. Thus she was prepared by her personal experience and fruition to teach the faithful to believe what she had herself seen and enjoyed. To join these two things in the most holy soul of Mary was easy to the power of the Almighty. It was due to her dignity as his most pure mother, and so it must be done. No privilege, however great, was unbecoming to her, and in her none must be wanting. It is true that the clear vision of a mystery is incompatible with the obscurity of the faith by which we believe it, and the possession of a thing excludes the hope of it. So Most Holy Mary, whenever these high mysteries was shown to her by evident intuition or intellectual abstractions, did not exercise the obscure acts or habits of faith. For on those occasions she could make use only of her infused science. But the theological virtues of faith and hope did not therefore remain idle all the time of her life, for the Lord, in order to afford her the possibility of exercising them, suspended the influx and activity of the clear and evident vision, thereby causing a cessation of the effects of infused knowledge, and making room for the obscurity of faith. And the Lord hid himself from her by taking away all clear evidence of himself from her mind. This happened in the most high mystery of the Incarnation, as I shall relate in its place. It is not proper that the Mother of God should be deprived of the reward of the infused virtues of faith and hope. Yet in order to gain this reward, it was necessary to merit it, and in order to merit it, she must have practiced these virtues in proportion to the reward. Just as her merits were great beyond comparison, so the faith in each and every one of the acts of this exalted lady were correspondingly great, for she perceived and accepted explicitly all the truths of the Catholic religion with the deepest and most perfect faith as a wayfarer. Manifestly, the understanding, as soon as it sees the proper evidence for that which it perceives, does not wait for the consent of the will in order to believe, for before it can receive the command of the will, it has already been compelled to accept the truth by its evidences. Therefore, the act of believing what cannot be denied is not meritorious. When Most Holy Mary assented to the message of the Archangel, she merited an ineffable reward on account of the act of faith necessary to believe such a deep mystery. And the same was true of other acts of faith, whenever the Most High gave her an opportunity for its exercise, by withdrawing the infused knowledge. But even when she applied infused knowledge, she gained great merit on account of the love with which she utilized it, as I have said in another place.